Hey guys, this is Techo Freak here, and welcome to episode 12 of my Let's CS custom story creation tutorial for Amnesia. And yeah, today we're going to be talking about item callbacks. So basically, when you pick up like a note or or some type of item like a note or key, you can run a function to make anything happen. So that's one thing. We're also going to talk about we're going to do something with script areas. Nothing new in that aspect. We're going to use a script area to basically make a monster disappear when he steps in it, instead of like make something happen when the player steps in it. We're going to do it for the enemy. So yeah, we're going to do that. And finally, we're also going to talk about when we fade him to smoke. We want to fade him to smoke when he enters the area, instead of just making him disappear. We want him to fade away to smoke and make it look a bit nicer, maybe a little creepier. And also I've been meaning to like pretty much expand going this way. I wanted to make a little hallway going down with some doors. For now, I'm just gonna make a big long hall, and then in the next episode I'll probably put doors and make rooms and stuff like that. So first I'm just gonna start by going ahead and making a little hallway going outside this door. So first I want to name this thing, because I am going to put a key that I want to use, and you guys already seen key stuff. I'm going to call this hallway door. Yeah, and let's go ahead and enter. Alright, so next let's go ahead and click on this door. I'm going to duplicate it using Control D. And then after I do that, I'm just going to use the little rotation tool and go ahead and rotate our duplicate and just kind of fit into place there. So we got that. It's looking good. Next, we probably want to go ahead and get some walls. So I'm going to go into static objects, and under mansion base we can find these walls. So we want to do default 2, and let's also rotate this guy. Or actually, even a better idea. Actually, let's just take this wall and go ahead and rotate that too, and make a duplicate and rotate it. So let me go ahead and do that. A lot easier to just rotate it. You get it in perfect position when you do that. Alright, now let's go back to our static object and go ahead and rotate that back. Make sure it's the right direction. It's not. So let's rotate it again. Yeah, that's the way we want it. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and put that there. Yeah, and I'm just going to go down a bit. I don't know how far, maybe 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, missed it. 5, 6. How's that look? It's not bad. Maybe one more, and that's it. Cool. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and I wanted to do a two by I don't know, something length. I wanted to make it 2 walls though, 2 walls wide. If I make it 3, then it'd be the size of this room, and this room is pretty big as it is. So I'm just gonna make the hallway a double. It's a bit small if you just use 1, so I'm gonna make it double and just reach out the long hallway. So let's go ahead and rotate this guy and go ahead and put it there. Pretty much copy what we did on the other side. I think I just need one more. Oh, no, one more. There we go. Let's bring the wall like that. And bring it in there. And I do want to put a level door here. I think I'm going to put it for now. I am gonna eventually put like doorways here and make a room or 2 on these 2 sides over here. But right now, I'm going to put the level door here. Probably going to be the only thing I do. So we just want to go to doorway, and then the door frame. So doorway, oh, too far back, too forward. Okay, there we go. And then do the doorway. The door frame. Go ahead and put that center. And then we want like a level door, but it's going to be locked. so the player can't go there until he finds the key. And we want him to like look around and find the key eventually. So yeah. Okay, that's right. They're in entities, and then you go to door, and just go down and find a level, and then just find just choose which one. For the mansion, typically they do something like this. So let's see. Put that there, and then we'll raise it. Yeah, something like that is about what they would use. I'm going to use this one. Oh, yes, it doesn't line up because it doesn't feel like lining up. Yeah. Let's see. What can we do? Let's undo this, and then let's go back to entities, and then let's create on surface. I think this would help make it properly set in place. Yeah, that looks about right. Yep. Go ahead and save that. Yeah, let me just double check that it looks nice. Alright, it looks all good. Again, when they do use this door, it doesn't open or anything, so as long as it looks fine, it doesn't matter. This door is not going to swing open, just like any other level door. All they do is change the map. Alright, so next we probably want a floor. The lazy way of doing this would just be to just expand this in that direction. That's what I'm going to do. But you guys can feel free to actually line it up. If the professional way to do it would be to like line it up properly. But I'm just going to make it like that, and it also helps with the with memory, because then you know all of this extra floor does render when you start up the game. So the player will see that, and plus we're gonna have rooms here too. So I think we can probably just use this space, no problem. And when we get over here, we'll probably have to expand some more. So it's not a big loss. It gives you a big plane to kind of work on, which I'm okay with. Okay, let me go ahead and save that up. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna do over here. Just wanted to set this up so I can get the key, in place, and the player can open the door when he picks up the key. So yeah. So what I wanted to do was replace the script area that we have. If you guys have seen the last episodes, you know that this script area here will spawn the grunt over here and have him walk through these patrol nodes up to this closet. So instead of using script area, I wanted to use a key, and when the player picks up that key, pretty much the same thing will happen. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to use the script area right over here, and make the grunt disappear when he enters that area there. So a little bit to do, so let's go ahead and get started. So first we probably want a key, so let's go ahead and go to our entities, down to item, and then we can go down and find key and choose whatever key we want. Let's scroll down a little faster. Key, alright, let's see which one. Chamber, tower, tomb. Yeah, anyone's will work really. I'm just going to use the study key. I'm going to go ahead and create this on the surface. Yeah, I'm going to have to create it on the surface. Let's just go ahead and put this over here, like that. Yeah, that looks good. Yep, let's go ahead and give the key a name. That probably needs to be raised up a bit more. Wait, go back down. There you go. Yeah, that looks a little better, I think. Push it this way. It's a little bit too close. Yeah, there's fine. Okay, so let's give it a name. Usually I like to name my keys the same name as the doors, so like hallway door key. So that's what I'm going to put. Hallway door key. You guys have all seen this before. This is like episode 7, I believe. Yeah, hallway door key, and it's going to be active. And we don't need to put any other additional information. That's all we need to do. Let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so there's our key. Now let's go ahead and get our script area there. So I think I'm just reuse the script area. No need in having to delete it and then create another one. And it's pretty much it's pretty much lined up with the patrol node. Yeah, so the grunt is going to make sure to walk this patrol node, which is going to be in this area. Might want to just shrink this area a little bit. Of course, it doesn't matter though. And that's the smallest I can make it. So let's go ahead and back this up. Yeah, so it's centered there on the script area. Let's also bring down the script area a little bit because it's not lined up with the floor. Damn it, go down. Let me grab it from the right angle. There you go. So it's a bit in the ground, but it's fine. It should work regardless. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to rename this script area because I don't want it to be the monster spawn area anymore. I want it to be the monster despawn area. So let's go ahead and just put in a DE in there. Alright, well that pretty much does it for the stuff in the map for today. We'll probably do some more stuff in the map in the next episode. For now, that's all we're going to need. So let's go ahead and save this up. We'll go ahead and minimize that. Alright, so here we are in our script. I did get rid of some of the stuff I had up here, clean out some things. I did forget to save the episode 12, the HPS file. So I went ahead and saved that. So I had a bit of a jump cut there. So yeah, let's kind of continue with our script stuff. So first thing we want to do is set up this key over here. We want the key to pretty much serve the same function as the script area did. So let's go ahead and go back to our script file and see how that's going to work. So in our episode 12, that HPS file, we're going to need a new command for this. It's going to be similar to this add entity collide callback, and in our episode 12 we can find it. It's the very first line right up here. Let's go ahead and copy that, and let's go ahead and paste it in our on start. This is the set entity player interact callback. So when the player interacts with an entity, a function will be called. So yeah, so the first parameter here that we need is the name of the entity we want the player to interact with. This command here is typically used for items. So when we want an item, when the player picks up an item, he interacts with the item, we want a function to be called, and we can pretty much do anything in these functions. So we're going to use an item here. So we're going to change this entity name to something different, and that's going to be the name of our key, because that's what we want the player to interact with, and then eventually something happened because he grabbed it. So this is called the hallway door key. Let's go ahead and rename that to the hallway door key. And now the next parameter here is the function that will be called. So we want a function to be called when the player interacts with this entity over here. So we're going to create a new one, and it's basically going to be a monster spawn script. We're going to use the exact same name because we're basically going to be swapping this out with the script area over here, since we made in the script area. We're going to basically be swapping out the functions of the key with the script area. So let's go ahead and go back over, and yeah, so let's give it the function name. Since we're going to reuse the name, we might as well just copy this monster spawn script and go ahead and paste that over here for the function name. And the last parameter you don't usually have to worry about, since you use this mainly for items. The last parameter basically says if you want that entity to disappear after the player interacts with it. So do we want the item to disappear or not? But we obviously want the player to maintain that item after he picks it up. So we're going to leave this false, because we do not want him to we do not want the key to disappear when he picks it up. We want if you did want it to be that way, then you can just set it to true, so that's your preference, but you need to leave it false for what we're doing right now. Yeah, so now let's go ahead and we're go and get a function. We need a function to run similar to this one, but as usual it has different parameters. Most of them have their own parameters that they use. Some of them do reuse the parameters. Let's go over and go to episode 12, and I wrote down the format of the function right here. Let's go ahead and copy this and bring it over. Let's go ahead and just paste it down here. Okay, so notice that the parameter here is as entity. It's not the same as the other ones like as name, alt count, or as child, alt state, alt as parent, as item, as entity. It's just as entity. It's different from all the others, and you got to make sure you guys use the right one, or else it won't work. So yeah, so let's go ahead and first let's change the function name here. We're gonna use this same name right here, monster spawn script. Let's go ahead and remove this here and paste it in there. Now we want commands to run. So remember that we want exactly what happens here to happen here. So let's pretty much just cut all of this information out from in here, and go ahead and just paste it here, since it's going to serve the exact same function. Don't need to rewrite code. We're just basically swapping it out right now. Yeah, and this we'll get to changing this one in a little bit. So let me just give you guys the rundown. So when the player interacts with this entity right here, which is the key, there will be a function that will run. But before that, it has to check whether the item will disappear or not after the function is ran, and this is set to false. So the key, or the entity here, will not disappear after the player interacts with it. And then the function will run, and it will go ahead and find its matching parameters, which is as entity, and it will be alright. So I can use this one, and it matches the name of my function here. So then let's run all of this stuff. So that's all that's going to run, and it's going to basically serve the exact same function as our script area, except we won't have to step in the area. Instead, we're just going to pick up a key. So now that that's set in place, let's work on the next part of it, which is right here. Which is despawning. We want to despawn the monster and have him disappear with like a smoke. We want him to fade away in smoke. So that's what we're gonna do next. So first of all, let's go ahead and swap out the information. This is monster despawn area. So over here in our add entity collide callback, we want to change some information. So we want the monster. We don't want it to be the monster spawn area anymore. It's going to be the monster despawn area. Over here too, we're going to change the same information. This is the function that's going to be run after the player after the first entity interacts with the second entity. After they collide, this is the function that'll be run. So we want the monster to despawn, so let's just rename this to monster despawn script, and come down here and change the same thing for the function down here. It's going to be monster despawn script. Remember that we did this stuff in the episodes before. So if you guys haven't seen it, then you guys should check it out. I think it's episode 8 for script area. So if you guys are unfamiliar, then you guys should go back. I did briefly mention that you can basically despawn an enemy using these areas too. Okay, so let's do the next stuff. So the last two variables we're going to leave, the last two parameters we're going to leave as is. We're not going to need to change those. Again, I talked about what those did in episode 8. If you guys haven't watched episode 8, yeah. So we're going to leave those two by default, because that's what we don't need it for our purposes right now. So now we want to change this, because this is the player. So right now, as it stands, we're saying that when the player interacts with this area, then this script will run, or this function will run, which is not the case. We want when we want that the enemy collides with this area, that this function will run and it will despawn them. So let's go ahead and change this player to the name of our enemy. If you recall, the name of our enemy was Grunt1. Let's just double check, Grunt1. So let's go back and let's change this from player to Grunt1, and now we want something to happen when the Grunt1 enters this script area. So let's go ahead and go here, and we're gonna fill out we're gonna put in a command in here. But first, let's go over to our episode 12, the HPS file. And down here, you guys can find more information on this stuff. For now, we're going to need a certain command, which is this fade to smoke command. I did mention it and what it does in the last episode. If you guys want to see a little bit more detail, you can just read the HPS file for episode 12. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and put it in our monster despawn script over here. I'm going to go ahead and paste that. And now let's fill in the information. So let's go ahead and replace the enemy name with our enemy name, which is grunt1. And the second parameter, like I talked about before, is whether you want an effect to happen when this is run. So we do want the effect, so let's go ahead and leave that as true. So let's go ahead and save. Okay, so let's break down this one. Let's break this down. So when the grunt named grunt1 collides or comes into contact with the monster despawn area, which, if you recall on our map, is right over here. So when he reaches this last patrol node here, we have him head into the script area, so he will interact with this area unless the player, like, you know, pretty much interacts with him beforehand. And basically gets himself chased by him. So yeah, he's going to step in here in the monster despawn area, and then when this happens, a function will be run. And this function here is called monster despawn script. It will run the command inside of this monster despawn script, and that command is called the fade enemy to smoke. And that is and that will fade grunt1 into smoke using an effect. So that's basically all that there is for coding today. Hope you guys learned something there. Next, I'm going to have to fill in some information for the key over here. You guys seen this before if you guys saw my episode 7. So we're going to have to change this and give the key a name. We don't have to now. We can leave it blank, but we want to change it. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and just copy this right here, and go ahead and go here and paste it here. And now we want to change this out with our, so it's the hallway door key, and do the same thing for this one here. Let's just do this hallway door key. And yeah, so let's go ahead and fill out this thing. So the title of the key is the hallway door key, and let's change the description. This key will open up the door so I can enter the hallway. So this key will open up the door so I can enter the hallway. So yeah, so that works. Let's go ahead and save it. And yeah, I think that's about it for scripting and for everything today. Alright guys, so I'm going to save up here, and I will see you guys in our custom story in a couple of moments. Alright, here we are in our custom story. Let's go over and grab the key from the wardrobe and the unlocker door. I actually did forget something I recalled while I was loading up the map, but it's not a big deal right now. I can still test this beforehand. The key, I forgot to set the key to open this door over here, which is locked, but but we don't need to go in here right now. I'll probably do it before the start of the next episode, so by the time that we start the episode, it's already set to open the door. So remember that this key will serve the same purpose as me stepping in this area here before we started. So when I grab the key, the grunt is going to go ahead and spawn over there and go through the patrol nodes, come down here, head towards the closet, and when he gets like about right here, he will disappear and fade into smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of these and make sure I can run inside, because I want to jump in and go ahead and just look, just pretty much just peek through the door and make sure that he fades. As a matter of fact, I could just stand here and he'd charge at me and then disappear. So let's go ahead and grab the key and see what happens. And there's the grunt. I hear him. Let's go over here. Let's close the door a little bit and see what we can see. There he is. Coming this way, and he's gonna fade to smoke. There he goes. So a good way to freak out the player when he gets in here. The grunt will start charging at him, and then poof, he just disappears. So good way to kind of tease the player and give him a little bit of a scare. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for today's episode, guys. If you guys liked, thanks for watching. And leave a comment below, and also subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see. There's a lot of things that I need to cover. I'm gonna try and cover pretty much every command that there is in the engine script. So that's my plan. There's a lot I still got to show you, such as like timers. I got to show you how to create quests. I need to show you guys the level doors, changing the map without level doors. There's a lot of things to show you. There's also spawn, like run a function when a player looks at something, or make the player fly around. This is so much more. We just barely scratch the surface on the things that we can do with the Amnesia stuff. So let me know what you guys want to see. I'm going to keep trying to come up with some things to do. In the next episode, we'll probably work on creating some more rooms for our hallway, and I'm not quite sure what to do after that. I'll probably come up with the next stuff, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See ya.